this is Hester, and this is Maria, and together we are the Consort Counsellors.
Last week we mentioned as part of our 20 tips that it's very nice to start or end your rehearsal with a low pressure and fun activity.
And today we give you a couple of exercises to start or finish your rehearsals with based on creative music making. The exercises are a follow-up of episode 6, where we are also doing group exercises based on contemporary music techniques.
You may be wondering, what is creative music making anyway? It's a technique in which a group of people can create their own music together through different games and activities. And we do not need to have the sort of classical skills that we usually are training all the time, like sight reading, a very detailed technical command of the instrument. All of those things are here not so important.
Instead, it is about reaction, concentration, giving cues, improvisation, and most of all, making your own musical pattern. Ownership is really important in creative music making. The group invents their own music with limited means and without any sheet music, and because they created their own sounds, their own patterns, the skills learned will stay much longer with them.
For this warm-up, we just need some head joints of recorders. Mix and match different sizes, also tenors and altos. Maybe you even have a great bass head joint, who knows? In that way you have all kinds of different colors.
Today we have a couple of lovely guests to help us.
I'm Beatriz Ferreira from Portugal.
And I'm Patricia Johansen from Denmark.
And I'm Schauenburg from Germany.
Thank you guys for being here!
Yay!
As you see, we are now sitting in a semicircle, but when you are practicing these exercises, please close the circle and you will see each other better. Exercise 1 is, we are going to pass a short, active and staccato sound through the circle, reacting on one another's playing.
Next step, we all have the opportunity to change the direction of the pattern. If you decide to make 2 active pizzicato sounds, the direction of the pattern is going to change in the opposite. You give it back to the previous person, and so on and so on.
There is one more step we can add to this exercise, and that is how to end nicely all together. One of us is going to choose to end the exercise by covering the hole and blowing a long note until he or she is out of air. And everyone else is going to join and do exactly the same thing, playing as long as they have air. It doesn't matter that the last note is not finished altogether. We create a nice fade out, and that's the end of the exercise. Now we are going to practice starting and finishing all together in the following way. We are going to play a long note covering the end of our head joint. We are not going to agree on who is giving this beginning. There's going to be silence and someone will decide to start. If you are that person, make sure you are clear in the way you take breath or move to initiate the sound altogether. The same person who starts the sound is also in charge to stop it, and to stop it in a very special way by opening the end of the head joint and throwing the sound up in the air.
Okay, the next step is that after this moment we all freeze. And then another person is going to take initiative to again start a note and lift it up in the air until the whole ensemble got their turn to start and stop the ensemble. Try to be creative with time, so think about the length of the silence, of the freeze moment, and also the way you want to inhale to start a note again. Do you want to have a bold sound? Do you want to have it quiet? Do you want to have it secretive? Be inventive. We are going to choose a position from which we are going to extract a pattern. So, your options are sitting straight, standing up in front of your chair, like this, or having your legs crossed, like this. So, think for 3 seconds and find your position. 1, 2, 3. One, two, three. 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3.
Did you notice what Hester did there? She actually assigned a rhythmical pattern to each position. So people who were standing up got 3 beats, people who are sitting with legs crossed got 2 beats, and people who are sitting with their feet on the ground got 1 beat.
So, we got our code, we got a pattern, and we are going to say this all together. We are going to start with one person, and we always end with the same person, and we make 2 rounds. We have 4 beats counting in from the metronome, and between all the positions we always leave 1 beat of rest. Good luck!
1, 2, 3. 1, 1, 2. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3. 1, 1, 2. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3.
Next step, can we do this faster and with clapping instead of counting? Can we do it even faster? Yes, we can.
Next, we are going to repeat the exercise, starting with the same person, finishing with the same person, but counterclockwise.
You are brilliant. Okay. The next step of this exercise is that we're going to cut the group in half. We stay in the same position, but one half of the group is going to do the pattern clockwise, and the other half of the group is doing the pattern counterclockwise. We all start with the same person and we all end after 2 rounds with the same person again.
Experimenting and varying the sounds we produce with the head joints, so always feel free to do that, it will be more fun.
This exercise is based on elements in Steve Reich's clapping music, and he uses a very nice pattern, namely 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, and then he repeats it again. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2. But we are going to perform it in our own way today using the recorder. For 1, we use the head joint closed, completely closed, like this. For number 2, we use the head joint closed and half open. So that goes like this. And for 3, we use the head joint closed, half open and then completely open, like this. Exactly. And when you combine this with a little aggressive articulation, you have yourself a very nice piece.
Conclude this exercise with having a little bit of fun improvising on top of this pattern we just rehearsed. We are going to play all together the complete pattern 2 times. Then the first person in the circle is going to improvise for 2 cycles using nice melodic shapes. After 2 cycles, the next person takes over, then the next, and the next. And once I'm done improvising, we close with 2 full cycles again of just the rhythmic pattern.
Agnes Dorwarth from Germany is a great and inventive composer who uses really special material and special techniques. For example, special articulations, the use of voice, but also theatrical elements. And she also writes especially for head joints. What do you, for example, think of this Kopfknuss Tango?
And since today we worked with patterns coming from clapping music by Steve Reich, we also leave you a link to a performance of that piece. Very inspiring and groovy. Have fun! And now, the moment you have all been waiting for! The prize drawing of our lottery! After our quiz, thank you all for sending us your answers. Here is the great Seldom Seen CD with our signatures that you are going to get. I guess you are all very excited to find out who the winner is. Well, let's see. Here in my phone are all the names of the people who participated in the quiz. And we are going to just press the button now, and then the automatic generator will tell us who the winner is. And the winner is Kotaro Umeda from Japan.
Congratulations!
We will contact you, Kotaro, to find out your home address and we'll send you the CD and the coffee mug. For all the rest of you, see you at the next quiz. Keep subscribing.
Have a nice week. Bye-bye.
Bye.